Hi, we're a group, House of Temperentia, and we'll be talking today about cultural differences. We'll be having a little roundtable discussion, and we'll be speaking about the different ways that we all celebrate Christmas within our different cultures and within our families. We'll be talking about how we say Merry Christmas or Christmas greetings in all of our languages, what foods we eat, and how we celebrate the holiday with our family. So I'm from California, from the United States, but I'm also Mexican. So obviously in English, it's Merry Christmas. But in Spanish, when I greet my family, I say Feliz Navidad.
In the Philippines, there's a because our language, our let's say, our dom predominantly we speak in Filipino and English. So in Filipino, it's like Maligayang Pasko. In English, Merry Christmas. But there's also other languages like uh, in the place I live, it's called Iloilo, Philippines. So our language is Hiligaynon there, and then we greet people mal maligayang Pasko or malipayong na Pasko.
Thank you. So, because I'm a Chinese speaker, but I also can speak Japanese, so I will talk about the greeting ways in two languages. The first is Mandarin, is we also call it 圣诞快乐. Yeah, which is quite different from English one. But in Japanese, we always greet each other in Merry Christmas, which is so similar, or maybe it's just directly translated from English. So honestly speaking, I prefer to speak 圣诞快乐 with people around me. The first reason is that I'm a Chinese, and the second reason is that Merry Christmas is a bit weird, because I also can speak English, so it's a bit weird to me.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was born and raised in Ningxia province, and my mother tongue is Mandarin actually. But I'm studying in Canton right now, so I speak a little bit of Cantonese. In Canton, people speak Cantonese and English. So when on Christmas we will say 圣诞快乐 or just Merry Christmas. Yeah.
Very cool. So I'll answer and then I'll post to the group. What do you normally eat for the holidays? So, like I said, I'm Mexican. So we eat two things primarily on Christmas. We have tamales, which are basically like cornmeal pockets, and then there's meat inside usually. Sometimes there's just cheese and peppers, jalapenos. Or we'll do pozole, which is a soup with hominy, which is corn kernels, I believe, and meat, and seasoned with chile and cabbage and a bunch of other things.
For us, in terms of Christmas, there's a specific let's say a feast called Noche Buena. Not sure if it's also
Hmm.
it's also landing there in Mexico. Our Noche Buena is very diverse in a way that we have many food to serve. Wherein we have let's say spaghetti, ham, which is from Western culture, but also we have our traditional let's say food, which is let's say lechon. Lechon is more of the roasted pork, and then we also have fruits and everything like that. So basically, all in one table, all served different cultures, not only from the Philippines but also from around the world. So,
In Christmas, we will eat dumplings. We will also do this in the Chinese New Year because in Christmas we will use this food to commemorate the people who are around us, or they are still in a foreign country and another region, so that we can see it together.
Well, because Christmas is more like a commercial holiday in China, we don't have, many traditional foods to eat which are related to Christmas. But maybe, I suppose, I would like to eat hot chocolate with my family members. We will just, make some hot chocolate and eat candies and eat apples because the Eve in in Chinese it's 平安夜, which means which has a similar pronunciation with 苹果, so which means apple in English. So we also eat apples in Christmas from time to time.
Yeah, besides what Zinan has mentioned, we usually have candies or milk tea on Christmas Day in Canton. Because Christmas is not a mainstream festival in our culture, so we usually celebrate it just by doing some small things. Cantonese are famous for loving sweet food, so milk tea is a classic and popular drink there, and people like to drink milk tea on all occasions, so it just can't go wrong. Many people would treat his or her friends a cup of milk tea or some candies when on Christmas. So,
by the way, my friends in Japan told me that they would like to eat KFC during Christmas, which is very weird, but it's very
Very American, I guess. Yeah, it's very funny. So the last question I'll pose to the group is, how do you celebrate it with family or friends or anyone else? So obviously, well, I grew up Catholic, so Christmas is a very big deal from like a religious standpoint. So traditionally, we celebrate with our families on Christmas Eve. We eat those traditional foods, we open presents, we spend quality time with our family, and a lot of people will go to mass at midnight. They'll go to church, do a church service at midnight. I personally don't do that. I don't like. I fall asleep usually, but usually my family will go to Christmas mass the next day. How about you, Victor?
Yeah, we have that tradition also because Philippines is predominantly Catholic, Roman Catholic, and there's this called Simbang Gabi, which is basically you devote 9 days, let's say, going to mass every single day, not night. There's a night masses, but also there's a morning masses, and yeah, usually families go there. That is in their way of bonding, but also at the same time respecting the Filipino Christmas tradition that is, shared by everyone here.
In Christmas Day, I will take my classmates and some best friends to hang out, to go get some food and go to the park. And
my mom would put some candies when we were about 3 to 5 years old, under my pillow, and told me that they were, sent by Santa Claus, which made me so happy. So I believe the existence of Santa Claus when I was 3 or 5 years old. But when I was about 10 years old, the candies were replaced by red pocket.
Yeah.
Maybe, and it was done by my mom, but I'm still very happy about it until now.
Although some people do generally celebrate Christmas in China, but there are still a lot of people just celebrate it for fun. Like me, in China we don't have a official holiday on Christmas, but it could be a excuse for people gathers together. There are a lot of foreign laborers in Guangzhou, so on Christmas Day, there are a lot of Christmas themed parties, and the streets will be well decorated. At that day, I would go out with my friends and take some photos and have a great meal.
Yeah, maybe to start also the conclusion, maybe this is a great start for everyone really to know about each other through our lived experiences, through our stories. And I think even though I have a preconceived notion about what's there in Mexico or what's there in China, I think there's more nuance, there's more, let's say, insights that's gonna be coming if like you really are with a person who is from Mexico, who live there, or who have experiences there of having there, and then in China. I think this is more of an expansion of this knowledge of us in terms of our cultures, and also asking us questions. How do we continually really learn more about cultures through these kinds of stories?